Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this new video podcast with Fleet Europe and supported by Octo Telematics. Today, my guest is Louwrens Appelcryn. He is Global Stream Leader, Partnerships and Indirect Channels at Octo Telematics. Louwrens, hello, how are you doing?
Hi, Steven. Nice to see you again. I'm doing very well. Thank you very much.
Okay. For the people that perhaps don't know Octo Telematics, can you briefly describe what the company is about and what your role exactly is?
Yeah, no, for sure. So Octo Telematics, founded about in the beginning of 2000, really starting helping insurance companies with telematics services, rapidly rolled over into adding service capabilities off the back of the success of being the global telematics service provider leader for insurance companies. Started expanding into mobility services through acquisition and organic growth and capabilities that we've enhanced. And over the last couple of years, really focused quite heavily on helping our customers build new data-driven services and using analytics as a big kind of jumping or springboard into providing more insights and capabilities that will help our fleet and mobility customers better manage their services, but also manage their end users in a more proficient and efficient fashion.
We, of course, see that the landscape, when we talk about connectivity, is becoming bigger and more complex, new players, third parties that are coming in. So what exactly is the position of Octo Telematics in that ever-growing landscape?
So I think as from the beginning of the company, I think one of the key things for us is to be a partner and a conduit, an enabler of services for our partners. And really, to be honest with you, nothing has really changed off the back of that. We see the evolving ecosystem in the connectivity domain to really kind of open up some really interesting opportunities for our partners and our customers. And where Octos see ourselves play in is to really be a facilitator and enabler of taking and helping our customers better understand the complexities associated with these evolving ecosystems and using our capabilities and know-how to ultimately overcome some problems or uncertainties that they might have. And to use an example in the space of fleet is taking data from connected vehicles, using our proprietary algorithms to take the right data component and turn that into a value asset that they can improve either their residual value management or the overall fleet efficiency around things like fuel usage, or risk management for that matter.
You are responsible for the automotive business. This also means that you are in contact with different business partners, OEMs, dealer groups, others. All those business partners can have different needs, different expectations. How do you, at the one hand, try to go for standardization, for simplicity when it comes to data gathering and the data transmission, and at the other, give each customer the value and the insights that they would like to have at the end of the road?
So, I mean, it's a very good question. So I think, on the one side, working with our customers, our end customers, to really understand their true business problems and working with them to define and design a solution that will address those business problems, whatever it might be. What we then do is using our proprietary algorithms and our data management expertise and capabilities to work with third parties. Now, the third party in this instance might be a connected OEM player, it might be a connected OEM service provider, or another IoT service or data provider in this domain, where we will ultimately collaborate with those partners, define what the data requirements would be, what the things like data frequency or the type of data set that it is that we might need to be able to power the service that sits off the back of that requirement that our customer might have. And I think Octos sits in quite a unique position. As we are, in our name, it says we're a telematics service provider. So service really core to what we want to deliver to our customers. And working with those third parties is helping them better understand what the use cases are that our partners or customers really want to use and apply in using that data that's coming from their environments.
To me, it sometimes seems that all data is equal, and it's the intelligence behind, it's the value that is different for each and every customer. Do you agree? And how do you anticipate on that?
So, I mean, it's a very, very interesting question. I think there's a lot of noise in the market that, automotive data is the best data, and it has a lot of validity to it. There's a lot of consistency that they would maybe deliver versus something that uses a smartphone as a solution from a consistency perspective and a quality point of view. So there are some truths in that. But in essence, what we look at is evaluate the data on the actual use case. So yes, we might say all data is equal, as you said, but I think it's more about how that data is transformed, back to my earlier point, how that data is transformed into a service that is actionable. And you might have heard this word, data-driven services. Well, that's kind of our core. We want to be a data-driven service organization. We want to use analytics as a service. So for us, the challenge is to take the data understanding and the know-how of transforming that data, whether it's looking slightly different from an OEM or from an aftermarket device. At the end of the day, the service that we deliver needs to be consistent. And I think from that perspective, there's probably some validity in your statement, but I think we also look at taking the data coming from these sources, combining it with some really rich insights and know-how from our side to further enhance the output and the experience that our customers might obtain.
Okay. There are, of course, more telematics companies and IoT companies than Octo. What is the secret of Octo when it comes to transforming data into valuable insights? What is your USP?
So I would say, I mean, our USP is, off the back of our historical expertise and know-how on how and what data is really required and how to apply that in the real world. Let's use an example of our risk management solution, where there might be a lot of TSPs that have data management capabilities, but taking that data and transforming it into a rich insight from a risk management perspective to improve the fleet risk management portfolio or identify potential risky drivers within their portfolio is what we do better than anybody else. The other one I would say is if we look at our analytics as a service and our proactive capabilities of leveraging our digital assets to take that data, transforming it and providing it to fleet managers to enact and action things accordingly using our assets that we have proven over the last 20 years. And I think that's quite an important thing. We've got a rich set of expertise that very few have. And unfortunately, in the space of data, you need to have the expertise. You need to have the pool that you can train your algorithms on. And I think that's something that Octo has that's, in abundance versus what some of the other players have in this domain.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Louwrens, for this video podcast. If you like it, please like it and share it with your colleagues. And I hope to see you in the next episode of the 10 Minutes with Fleet Europe. Bye-bye.